Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars. I'm your favorite Musume to win the Pony Pony Dash series. Droovy Doo.
And I'm America's #1 hero for 10 years running, so Brony.
Welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars. We talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb, but not your waifu, because she's gonna be last place in the Umamusa race, and I feel bad for her.
Rip.
No one likes a loser.
Someone call the glue factory.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. Wow.
Sorry.
So
You tossed it up. I had to slam dunk it.
damn. Okay. Wow. So so full transparency. This is our take two, and I didn't think Oni was gonna go there. I guess
I'm venting.
the first take was I don't know. I guess something happened. Something happened to Oni in between the first take and the second take. He's not the same Oni we know and love. Everyone.
I've gone darker and more cynical in the 2 seconds between takes.
How you doing, friend?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Family came over for the weekend. Tried some ice cream. Everyone enjoyed the flavors. Ironically, not well, it's not ironic, but funny enough, actually, it's a little ironic that the favorite flavor from everyone was our Christmas flavor, our eggnog custard with like a bunch of with like a quote unquote cookie platter in it, like just a bunch of different cookies. Um, it's ironic because that was I feel like no one bought that flavor, even though it is secretly like really good though.
You should have marketed more. You should have been like, did you try this flavor?
I don't know. At the time, I didn't like it either. I don't
It's
know
like an
why.
acquired taste.
I no, not even. It's just I think the spoonful I took of just wasn't, and I think I just got like eggnog and no cookie, and that's why I didn't like it. Then it was just like, oh, this is just like an eggnog ice cream, like whatever. But then I had like a proper serving of it with like the cookies and the stuff, and I was like, oh wait, this is actually delicious. This is actually really good. So yeah, everyone in my house loves that flavor, and I'm probably gonna give them the pint to go. So yeah, just a fun, uh, family bonding time. Cute, very cute.
Nice.
But not all that out of the way. Let's start the podcast with with our new segment this week in anime. Um, let's see. Oni, I think you can go first because I've been going first for a while now.
Okay, I got kind of like a 2-in-1 news. First off,
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be an Elden Ring movie,
Mm-hmm.
being produced by or being made by A24, and directed by Garland, Alex Garland. So I like A24, and I've heard good things about Alex Garland, but I feel like Elden Ring is one of those games that you really can't make into a movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
It's like
no,
it
it's
can
the whole
only
point of
work as
it,
a game.
right? The whole point of it is that you like, unless it shows them dying over and over again,
Yeah,
like,
like is he gonna die 50,000 times in the movie? But also like how Elden Ring works and how Dark Souls work is like the story is purposely cryptic and nonsensical, and the entire story is just told through like item descriptions and vague details in the scenery. You can't really transfer that into a movie. Like I played through all of Elden Ring and had no idea what the plot of the game was. And I'm pretty sure 99% of people who played through Elden Ring had no idea what the plot of the game was because it's that obscure and vague. So transferring that into the movie, I don't know, it kind of feels like it ruins the whole point. But anyway, that wasn't the main news. The main news is not only is it going to be a movie, but Kit Connor is in talks to star in it. um, I am not familiar with Kit Connor. Drew seems to be familiar with Kit Connor.
I mean, he's just like a typical pretty boy, pre- typical pretty white boy. Like they're just like, we need pretty white boy to that's popular right now to star in this movie. He's pretty in shape, so it's like I get it.
I see his filmography. He was in Ready Player One. He was in not much else I know of.
Right.
Heartstopper, Warfare.
Yeah, Heartstopper is probably what he's best known for all the tweens. That's like a pretty
Oh yeah.
important
He
show for
seems
them.
oh he's 21. He seems like a teen Nick star type. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna be cast for an Elden Ring. If you were doing an Elden Ring movie, I would think you would want someone who's a bit like older. I'm not speaking on his acting ability because I know nothing about his acting. I'm just saying from a pure visual casting perspective, I would want someone who's like gruffer looking, you know? Like the main character in Elden Ring, I mean, it's customizable, but generally speaking, it's like a knight who's like battered and near death.
Right. So you want someone like a more grungy, maybe a more
Yeah.
grungy John, like a Jon Snow, or a little grungier than that.
Yeah, like Jon Snowish, maybe like Keanu Reeves type. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna speak on it. Maybe it'll blow my mind and it'll do something amazing with it, but
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
So yeah, no shade. If the movie's bad, I doubt it's gonna be because of Kit Connor.
Yeah, me too. If it's bad, it's because of the concept itself. It's more so
Right.
than the Get Connor thing.
Exactly. Oh, it's being produced with with George R. R. Martin. Ooh.
Is it with George R. R. Martin, or is it
He's
just
one
saying
of
that the game was made with George R. R. Martin?
no, he's one of the
Oh, he's
producers.
working with him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a little bit of hope, a glimmer of hope.
Maybe. Well, George R. R. Martin wrote Elden Ring too, like part of it. So I don't know if he's just there as like an advisor.
Well,
But
he's credited as a
hopefully.
producer.
Okay, cool. So yeah, maybe. Man, George R. R. Martin will do anything to not make that last Game of Thrones book.
Oh, absolutely. He's just
gonna be on Dancing with the Stars before he puts out that Game of Thrones book.
But yeah. So yeah, he made the. So yeah, he's partially responsible for the game's world, so it makes sense that he's brought on as. That's a good sign.
That is, at least it's not like typical Hollywood where it's like whatever, the game story doesn't matter. Well, we'll make up our own thing.
Right.
At least they're consulting someone who has something to do with the game.
Yeah. So fingers crossed.
That's one point positive at least.
Right. And in my neck of the woods, Cartoon Anime News Network, live action One Piece season 2 introduces Chopper and a 2026 debut in video. So this is actually the first sign where we get to see Chopper. And I don't know. I'm kind of split on it because on one hand it's like the freaky CGI of it all. But on the other hand,
he looks very weird.
Yeah, it looks very weird, but the really good voice acting because he sounds cute as fuck. So it's like, I'm just like, oh, this is kind of adorable actually. So I don't know.
Anytime I hear Chopper, I think of the One Piece rap. So I'm gonna like him automatically.
Wait, what does that even have to? What?
Because that one line in the One Piece rap is like, "Chopper's doctoring, go, go." The Chopper's doctoring always gets me.
Yo, you are literally like one of the most corniest people I've ever met in my life.
And you love it, so.
I don't love that. No. I don't love that. I don't love the opening. I that's actually the main reason I hate that, because it's like
so fun.
It's arguably one of the worst raps I've heard in my life. Actually.
I've heard worse.
I'm sure you have, and I'm sure I have as well. But that's just like,
But that's the thing. It's so corny and dumb. It like horseshoes back to being funny and cute.
Like, yeah, if I was like an 8-year-old, I would probably be like, "That's so fucking cool!" Like,
Listen,
yeah, the
I
doctoring, yeah.
I never called it cool. I said I like it because it's so stupid and funny. That's the difference. I would never call it cool or good.
Okay, I don't know.
It is still the best thing about One Piece, though.
You've been capping about it and that's crazy in itself. Since you haven't even
I'm
never
sorry.
watched it.
The only extent I know of One Piece is the One Piece rap. That's it. That's all my knowledge. So therefore, by default, it is the best part of One Piece to me.
Okay. I guess that is an opinion that you have. But yeah, no, the intro video, the chopper was kind of adorable. I think you know what it is. Maybe I think it's the teeth.
Is it like a Sonic situation?
Kind of. It's not as freaky, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just a little unsettling to me, just a little bit, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm just glad I can like rewatch the series without watching the anime. I know someone who's a One Piece fan is like, no, don't do it, Drew. Don't do it. But yeah, I don't care enough about.
Sorry, I'm not watching.
Right, I'm not watching right. I'm not watching. That is lenient. There's actually there's over 1100. I'm not doing that.
That's the funny part. I usually say like 700, 800 when I'm being hyperbolic.
Yep.
And then as I was saying, I'm like, oh my god, I'm underestimating the amount of episodes.
Yeah.
In One Piece. That's wild.
That's insane. That's why I'm not watching it.
Exactly.
But I will be watching the Netflix series. So yeah, try not to be too triggered. Anywho, that is our news, and now it's time for our weekly reviews. I'm gonna start off with Musume, Cinderella Grey.
Hey, bars.
Episode 9.
Which is my half of it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, same.
Were you faked out? Did they get you?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, so good. That
was really good.
That was such a good fake out. And it's half my episode week because they did the thing I wanted them to do and to not let her run.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I was like, well, I kind of felt like, nah, they're not gonna let her run. But then when Rudolph came and then was like, please let her run, and then the woman was like, our verdict is, and you saw Rudolph's like eyes light up. I'm like, oh fuck, they're gonna let her run.
Right. And you're like, yeah, and you knew you would have to hear me go off about it.
But damn, Drew's gonna be like, this is unrealistic.
It is.
It would have been, yeah, it would have been extremely unrealistic.
Yeah,
I do like that angle though, where it's like she doesn't benefit from it, but she did like kind of clear the path for other Ruba Musume.
So, I guess you only get to enter the Derby literally once in a lifetime. Literally,
I looked it up. It's like an age gated. In real life, only 3-year-old horses can race in it. So I guess the equivalent is like only a certain age can race in that Derby.
Gotcha.
Which sucks.
That does suck. So yeah, that is unfortunate. Also shout out for Horse Beyonce for really going up to bat for Cinderella Grey. The homegirl, she was like, "You want?" He was like, "So what you're saying is you want me to just make an exception for this one racer in general?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying."
That was badass. Like, oh, you do understand? Yes, that is exactly what I'm asking.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, even though they just shut her down, and rightfully so. I'm glad Horse Beyonce, as powerful as she is, she's not like God.
She still had to beg and didn't really get her way fully.
Yeah, like when homegirl told her to raise her head, I was like, oh, it's giving no. But then I was like, oh, but how's she racing? Um, yeah, and yeah, and she gave and they gave like the very logical reason. They're like, this would be so unfair.
Yeah, change the rules at the last second for this
Run her
one person
right.
to get
That'd be
in.
like like crazy amount of favoritism. Like that would be a bad luck and set a terrible precedent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, then she was like, "Yeah, we're going to change this rule in the future, though."
I did like that when they did say that they like showed another character like silhouetted, and that was TM Opera O, who is the main character in one of the OVA series,
Mm.
and she's also the first horse who actually benefited from the Ogre rule and was able to enter the classics. And like Ogre, she was like a superstar dominating horse that won everything. So it was kind of like saying, "Oh, here's a reference to the other series," which I liked,
Oh,
connecting the two.
okay. Because I did not know who that horse. I was just like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
she's
just
also
another
really
horse."
cool.
Excuse me. Who do you think would win, her or Ogre Cap?
Well, I have no idea. I didn't see the
Work.
OVA. I what I want to see though is Tamamo versus Ogre Cap because they are
Yeah,
hyping this girl up like there is no tomorrow.
yeah. They were doing like what wasn't like a G1 race.
Yeah, and then she was like literally running with the speed force and lightning all over her.
Yeah, I agree. Um, I will say I did love watching everyone race, like
Hmm.
without Ogre kind of being in the way of the race. Like, and they were all like screaming and doing the ha 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 ha. It was
I
good
kind of like.
tension. And at first, when I saw Ogre, I was like, "Damn, they're all trying this hard just for second place."
Hmm.
But that wasn't the
It's
case.
wild.
No,
They can only win when Ogre's not there. I
right?
kind of liked the backhanded. In retrospect, the backhanded compliment or saying from Rudolph, where she was like, all the different races have a different element. The fastest horse wins this race. The strongest horse wins this race." And then she was like, "And the Japan Cup, the luckiest horse wins this race." And on reflection, I was like, "Yeah, because Ogre wasn't there. All these horses are lucky as fuck that Ogre wasn't in this race."
Yeah, she would have won.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
She kind of beat them all individually already, anyway.
well, not the Sakura girl.
Not Sakura, yeah.
We're just gonna assume she'd lose,
Yeah.
right? Because didn't the other girl beat her? The other horse
Um,
girl beat her. The one who's all
which
like
one?
serious and Japanese ish.
She beat her, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess
Then
Oguri would be
Sakura
her,
wins her.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Cause
Okuri clears them.
right. What else happened? I was happy for Sakura though. She was so happy.
It was cute. Also, another piece of trivia, but Maruzensky, Rudolph. I'm gonna keep calling her Space Beyonce because you put it in my head.
Sorry.
Horse Beyonce's Horse Beyonce's assistant girl, is her in real life father. So I guess that's why they like having their little relationship on screen in the show,
Oh.
where she's like cheering for her and stuff. I think that's cute.
Oh, that is very cute. A little weird, but very cute.
Mm-hmm. Don't read too much into it.
Right. But yeah, Musume. It was a really, really good episode. Oh, I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong. Is this like the first episode where we get to see like the racers like in their outfits? Do they all normally have their outfits?
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, the reason I didn't fall for that fake out is because they only wear their outfits when they're doing a G1 race.
Mm.
And when Ogre showed up, she was in a tracksuit. So I was like, "Oh, she's not in the race."
Oh,
She was in the race. She got
so
her
you
suit
already
outfit.
knew, right?
Yeah,
Okay, that's only
but
because
that's
you
just from
right.
inner circle knowledge from playing the game.
Yeah, so your accrued knowledge of all things Uma
Hmm.
Musume.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess we'll see what's next up for Miss Oguri Cap.
Yes, we will.
All right, up next we have Fire Force Season 3, Episode 9. Girl,
It was a weird
what the
episode.
fuck was this?
It was very weird. Every episode that's centered around what's his name
Arthur.
was weird anyway, Arthur.
Yeah, but this is like a little weirder. This is weird even for Arthur, I feel like.
Part of me wants to criticize this for being so like plot devicey, where it's like, oh, Arthur's parents came back and they know everything and they're explaining the exposition of what's happening. But then the other part of me is like, yeah, but it's Fire Force. Like, of course, it's gonna be absurd and stupid and random.
Yeah, it almost makes me wonder what's like. If anything, it just made me curious about Arthur's dad. I'm like, so what's going on with you? Like,
Mm-hmm.
are you just a joke? Like, I don't know. I feel like it'd be kind of be boring if it was just like a joke character who just said all that because he clearly suffers from some mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
It'd
At
be
first, I thought they were evil. Like they were like we're actually part of the apostles or whatever. But no, they're just weirdos.
yeah, and shitty, kind of shitty people.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Like it makes me like it just makes me pity Arthur because it's just like, yep, you know, I would also just think I'm King Arthur because the reality is my parents at this point abandoned me not once but twice, and then proceeded to have a whole new family after abandoning me. Like, that's how I can tell. I'm just like, oh yeah, the mom and dad, like they're not mentally okay. They probably need like
No,
actual help,
they
like
all
mental
kind of need
help.
help.
Well, yeah, that part. Also, I need. It's like I really wish. I hope there's like something cool about Arthur's dad. That I know that's me like asking for too much or me
Mm-hmm.
reaching, but it'd be like a nice twist. Like that
I
explains
don't
like
think
why he is.
I don't think they're doing anything with Arthur's
They're
dad.
not. I don't
I
think
don't
they
think
are.
they're ever going to show up again. Actually.
Yeah, probably not. Womp womp.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. Hey, hey, motorcycle man.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Let's see. Let's see. What else? Um. Oh, they finally find his orichalcum, which is just a space alloy. Which, you know, I'm glad it was. I was most scared that they were gonna do some grade A bullshit where they're like, "Ah, here's a super rare gem,
Mm-hmm.
or that basically might as well be orichalcum because of the blah 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 blah." Like that would make me kind of roll my eyes really hard. Um. Also, that I will say, that one dude from the Village U and Lisa, their reactions
Mm-hmm.
to this were very funny because I feel like it just kind of mirrored our how we felt.
Yeah, oh yeah, they were the probably the best part of the episode for me.
Yeah,
Just seeing them freak out.
nice self inserts.
Even Arthur being like trying to explain the situation, like, don't think, feel.
Feel like, oh, poor you. Like he literally got mine broken by it all.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Lisa was trying to like fake like do a joke to make him come back, and he was like, "Oh, Lisa, can you stop acting like such a kid?" And she was like, "Bitch, what you say?"
This was like, I know you just didn't say that shit to me.
Right. Uh, yeah, that was pretty fun. Well, no, it wasn't fun. It was weird. It was pretty weird
It was
episode.
a mix of funny and depressing if you think about it too long, but
Mm-hmm.
also random. This was the weirdest episode of Fire Force in a long time.
I agree. I low key hope we never run into his parents again.
Same. That's enough. That's also enough Arthur for a while. Let's go back to Shinra and them.
Agreed. He was trying to get into the Adola, which I think
Mm-hmm.
he succeeded in the last part of the episode. His
Yeah.
show was able to recognize him somehow. Yeah. Let's yeah, more about that. Unless they're gonna explain more about Arthur's dad. If they went down that route, then I'd be okay with more Arthur. That's literally the only way though.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that,
I doubt it.
yeah, right. Other than that, yeah, also leave me alone. Wait. Up. No. We have My Hero Academia Vigilante episode 8.
Which is my other half of the episode of the week,
Ugh.
because it's my favorite, or at least one of, this is honestly one of my top 5 favorites My Hero Academia episodes ever. I think this is one of the most fun episodes they've ever done.
Why? He's literally just another like Homelander carbon copy.
But that's the thing, he's not though. He's a dick and he's an asshole, but he's not
Okay,
evil.
oh yeah, right. He is. Okay, that's fair.
That's why I call him like Johnny Cage. It's like, yeah, he's an asshole and he's a womanizer and he cheats and all that stuff, but he's not like evil. He's just an idiot and an asshole. But he's like a lovable idiot.
Nope, no love.
I love him.
Yeah.
I think he's the perfect hero to represent America. And he just fills me with American spirit.
That's very sad to hear. I'm very sorry for you.
I like him. I hope he's a main. Well, not main character. I hope he's a recurring character.
I feel like he might be. He's on the poster.
Is he?
Yeah.
I need to start looking at the posters more.
I always say something. X-Men, he's on the poster, and you're like,
oh my god, he's all the way in the back right corner. Like, yeah, of course I'm not gonna notice him.
I mean, I'm not saying you should be scanning it. I'm just telling you that he probably will be based off my information, based off of me looking at the poster.
I hope so. Well, he's next to Makoto, so if anything,
I know.
By my poster analytics, that means he's as important as Makoto.
Oh god, that means, oh my god, I hope he gets turned into a villain. Oh yes, gets stung by the bee lady. Oh, that'd be so.
You know what I think is gonna happen? First off, if that happens, they're all dead because he's actually legitimately really strong. But also, I think what's gonna happen is Stain is gonna go after him because this is the type of guy who Stain actively hates.
Oh my god!
And Stain is on the loose right now.
That would make me so horny.
He's gonna show up and he's like, "I'm not responding to this fight because the news isn't there yet."
Oh, to be fair, he's not the top American hero in My Hero Academia. The other woman was.
No, Stars and Stripes.
Yeah,
so he might be dead. He might die. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be. Oh my god, I would love that. I would love that. I feel like they would set him up to that because
that could be the finale. Like Stain shows up. There's only a couple more episodes left, and they already have the setup.
Or it could be next episode. I'm also okay with that.
Well, no, because next episode's gonna be back to drama with Koichi's mom showing up.
Oh right. That's happening.
But after that, sky's the limit. We can have Stain show up, kill. What's his face? Captain Celebrity. Even though he's my favorite character, I forgot his name.
Captain Celebrity. Oh my god! Even the name is like disgusting. Yeah, no, fuck that guy. Also shout out to Makoto. A real one.
Oh yeah, for playing him. I love Makoto. I actually really love her.
Yeah, she gets better. I feel like they're gonna kill her, and that's gonna hurt my feelings.
Are we just like on the everyone dies in the show bandwagon?
One of them, someone's dying.
We know what happens to Inganium already, so
right, not death. So
not death, but I mean, if this season finale is gonna be what happens to Inganium, then Captain Celebrity dies.
Yeah,
and then now Makoto dies.
I don't know. I'm not saying they're all gonna die. Dark. I'm just gonna saying one of them's gonna die.
Probably Captain Celebrity.
Yes, pick the right one, my hero.
He has the most red flags and death flags on him I've ever seen.
Oh god, yes, and let him have like the beginning of his little like redemption arc, and just as he's getting to it, he just gets gutted like a fish. Oh, that'd be so great.
Man, You're a hater. You're a CC
Well,
hater.
actually, that would just be good TV in general.
TV.
That would just be good TV in general. I feel like I wouldn't hate him if he actually did redeem himself.
I wouldn't hate him if he. Oh, okay. I wouldn't hate him if he died.
No, if he did, like an actual good redemption though, or it could be like a kind of whatever redemption, and then he just gets killed anyways.
I think that's what's gonna happen. I think he's gonna have like a whatever, maybe save Koichi or something, and then die. Because he does seem to have a bond with Koichi right now, even though it's just kind of a silly one.
It's a bond of him just being an asshole. Like,
Yeah, but this is like a typical story beat where it's like Koichi hates him because he's such an asshole, and he's like, "Oh, I don't like him. He's nothing like All Might." And then in his last moment, he's probably gonna save Koichi, and then Koichi's gonna be like, "I respect Captain Celebrity for what he did. He was a real hero. He was a real American hero." G.I. Joe.
well, until then, it's still fuck him.
Yeah.
All right. Up next, we have Lazarus. Episode 9. This is a silly thing to note, but you remember when Homeboy was eating the steak?
Yeah.
So two things. One, real waiters in New York or most places, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about what you eat. They just serve it to you.
Whoa, what do you order steak every day?
No, like the most that they're gonna do is like talk about you in the back. Be like, oh yeah, it's the guy who orders the steak every day.
Also, I want to point this out. That whole opening sequence was so pretentious and edgy for no reason.
I was like, what the fuck is
like
going on?
Why are you like? This is something I would write when I was like 12. Like, all right, so the main character is gonna walk into a restaurant. He's gonna eat a steak, and when the waiter asks him, "Why are you eating steak?" he's gonna be like, "Because I'm in peak physical condition." And then he's gonna walk out with his black trench coat, and there's gonna be a mass shooting, and he's just gonna walk in slow motion through the shooting. He's a badass. Like, what is the point of any of this?
Oh yeah, what? Like what? Who killed him? Like, did the assassin kill him? Like, what happened? I don't understand what happened. That whole thing sequence confused me.
That whole sequence was weird. It was just so weird.
Yeah, I agree. I was not exactly a fan. Let's see. Yeah, and then they kind of like they talked about the whole Pentagon having a meeting about Lazarus Project. So this episode was very intriguing in the sense that like this is like the episode of everyone like kind of checking in as to like, hey, so are they gonna keep us alive?
Mm-hmm.
That conversation between Doug and Axel when they're facing the truth that like, oh yeah, they're probably going to like disappear us, whether that means death or otherwise, we don't know. So I found that very interesting. And then the plot twist that Leland being a spy for NSA.
Yeah, so that, on one hand, I want to say that was a good twist, but on the other hand, I'm like, of course it was him. Who else would it be? It was either going to be him or the hacker. No one else makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, he's so young, so I would have never seen it coming.
I mean, just given the fact that we don't know what his role on the team is, and he just, funnily enough, I guess that answers your question. What's his role on the team? To be the traitor.
Screaming.
To be the spy.
Be them all.
This whole time, he never really had a purpose on the team.
There we go. But he didn't betray his team. He did tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But he skewed it in a way where he was like, I'm not gonna lie. I should have just lied to the Pentagon. But I'm gonna at least try to like save everybody. Which he did. Especially after what happened next, where Skinner is like, hey guys, you have like 10 days to find me. By the way, as the only person with the cure, I'm also gonna be the first person to die. So find me or you're all fucked. And I'm just like, I love that. Actually, that's like that's the kind of petty that I strive to be.
You know what? He gave me kind of Jigsaw vibes in this episode, where it was like, it almost feels like a Saw kind of thing. Like, you have
Kind
one day to
of,
find
but
me,
instead of,
or you all die.
ins- but he's also being like, you'll all die because I'll be dead. I'm the first one to go.
Mm-hmm.
He's
At least he's playing fair, you know.
exactly. So that's like really cool. Like literally risking his life that like the world can get their shit together, or else I'm gonna die and I'm gonna take everyone with me.
Also, one pet peeve I have about this whole show, and I guess
Mm-hmm.
this episode kind of exemplified it, is I feel like there should be more urgency with searching for Skinner. Because like everyone seems like the U.S. government's like, oh, you just start an incident with Russia, but I'm like,
Who cares?
listen, why are you? Yeah, who cares? You're all about to die in like a week. Work together and find Skinner. What are you doing having these like squabbles over like, oh well, there's a spy from the Russian government? I'm like, yeah, but the world, if the world's gonna end in a week, why do you care who's the spy and who's international incidents and all this shit?
I agree. That didn't make much sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Too many people just going about their lives.
right.
They need to be more
Like for
panicked.
example, the one dude trying to assassinate Axel.
Mm-hmm.
How about you use that $30 million to find Skinner?
Yeah, like why? Do use your assassination skills for like tracking Skinner.
I don't think that's how that works. I was
I
gonna
know,
say
but
something like
still,
that, but then I caught myself. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
I'll say it for you.
Thank you for not making sense for the both of us.
Yes. Although that segues perfectly into the fact that the end of the episode was hype as fuck,
Oh my
and it brought me
god.
back. There's many complaints I
Yo.
had. The end brought me back.
Oh my god. That choreo is insane. Also, did you really feel the need to like test the assassin by sending all those men to their death? That's kind of
I know
insane.
it seems excessive.
That was a
You
little excessive. Like these people, some of these people had families.
know.
They have families, girl. Like I don't know. I feel like sometimes I wish anime would like consider the lives of the people who work under them before like throwing them in
Mhm.
a scenario where they're clearly gonna die to the main character, having main character energy. Like I don't know. I just kind of hated the idea that all these dudes just like went in and the man like he knowingly sent them to their deaths. He's like, well, either y'all find him and kill him,
Mm.
and he wasn't worth my time, or y'all die and I give him 30 million and tell him to kill more people. Like what?
Like, what's in this for me?
Like that's crazy. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It just made me think of all the times that happens like shows and anime and shit. I'm just like, bring back people who are ultimately doomed to lose to the main character, but like put up a fight, like make them fight for their lives. Instead of just being like walking like stab dummies.
Also, not there was not enough shooting. A lot of them were like, "Oh, he's in close quarters combat. I'm
Use my
pulling out my
knife.
knife."
Like
I'm like, nah, I'm sorry. If there's friendly fire, it's friendly fire. I'm shooting. Yeah, get down.
period.
I just like you got the moment I see him rushing at me, I'm pulling the pin on the grenade. I'm like, we're both going down, buddy.
And you know he's gonna do some really cool shit and like literally like kick the grenade in your mouth and kick you
Oh
back and
yeah.
blow you up.
And my last thought would be, "That's so fucking
Oh,
cool." Dope. Oh.
Wow, he's him.
Yeah. Oh, that aura.
Oh god. So yeah, looking forward to him eventually also losing to Axel.
Also losing Axel. Yeah. But the fight is gonna be
It's
crazy.
gonna be a
Though.
great fight. Oh,
I have
can't
high
wait.
expectations. Deliver on this, Lazarus.
Please and thank you. I know they will. And
Yeah.
all right, up next we have is Go Go Loser Ranger, season 2, episode 8. Um, so I feel
This
like
was a wild episode
right,
too.
this answered questions but also raised equally as many questions.
Mm.
Like the whole thing with like literally gonna stop at Usakubo and be like, so who's her real father, or was she always just made as like a monster half girl? Like, what are her origins giving per se?
It's they like. I feel like the writers like, wait, we have this one character, Sakubo, and she's really not interesting. How about we throw every single plot twist we can into her
Oh
character,
yeah,
and
and
then
she was like,
completely
also
change her
I was
character?
always a traitor. Also, I'm
Mm-hmm.
half monster. Like, also my vagina also a monster. Like what?
Yeah, like okay, damn. You're a really good trader because I was not suspecting you were capable of anything for the past 2 seasons.
Like at all? And then she was like, nope, I'm every woman and
Mm-hmm.
monster. And yo, for the first time, Hisui got her ass beat.
Yeah, she got fucked up. Unfortunately, at
Yeah,
least she didn't die.
right. Fighter D with his conscience coming in,
Mm-hmm.
being Hisui alive. Be very interesting. Um, apparently some people from the what I'm trying to say. Basically, that meeting that they had where the Monster Society, um, where they had that the confrontation with the Ranger Force.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that was a wild scene.
I really like
uh,
the head of the Monster Society
oh yeah, he's
because as far as I can tell, he's human. Like he's just human.
yeah, he's just crazy as shit. He's batshit
Yeah,
insane.
he sacrificed his arm just to make a Red Keeper look bad. Like the way
Right,
his arm just like exploded.
right. And all he's like, all I have to do is just like, I have to do is just trigger you. And he hit him right where it hurt. And he said basically what everyone's thinking. And she's like, hey, you're not the real one.
Mm-hmm.
So who are you? He's like, you're just some sloppy fucking fake.
I'll show you a fake.
And right. Homeboy tried to warn him. He was like, stop yourself, Fred. Like, so, yeah. So I guess they found a way to clone him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it could either be that they found a way to clone him with like monster DNA, or like like because Yellow Squad is doing all the monster research,
Mm.
or his what you call it artifact maybe has a way of cloning him or something,
If he was
or
spliced,
creating copies.
if he was spliced with like monster DNA, that would answer like
A lot.
yeah. That's an interesting theory.
I
Huh.
kind of don't like that all their faces were revealed because I like the way it was going, where it was like every arc focused on a different keeper, and then we like got their identity as a surprise.
To be
But
fair,
like seeing Yellow Keeper and Pink and all, I'm like,
to be fair, we already knew everyone else except for Yellow. That's like the only one.
yeah, Fighter D didn't know.
Oh, yeah, him learning identity.
Like I feel like they could have done more, especially with the Pink Keeper, with their whole like relationship as he's supposed to be her brother and everything. Like that would have been a really interesting arc leading up to him finding out. Like maybe she would have noticed something like, wait, my brother wouldn't do that or whatever, and she catches on before he catches on.
Yeah. Um. I guess it doesn't happen. Of course, I love how he was like, "Oh no, that I was so close to the enemy all along. I didn't know." And I'm like, "Girl, you know your soft ass would have done nothing."
You can't do anything. Well, he would have tried. He just would have fucked and failed.
Right, that part. Um, Yo, towards the end, that was terrifying, and I guess definitely a while upon production. No shade, those people were dumb for even going.
Oh yeah, no, that was stupid.
Like, yeah, oh, whoa, the monsters are evil. Ooh, like it's like no shade. I'm not going to an organization for monsters. Like, I'm not going to a like. Y'all gonna have to say whatever you have to say in a very public space with
Mm-hmm.
security around, or else I'm not going. Ugh. Mm-mm-mm. Those people were turned into monsters. That was insane. That was kind of gross. Like,
I'm wondering if Usako does she know that they're. I mean, I guess she does know
right? She has
that
to
they're all gonna
know.
be transformed to monsters. You know,
Yeah.
it feels like she's. I feel like she's not. I was hoping maybe she was like.
Or maybe she's already half monster, so whatever's gonna happen to them doesn't really apply to
I
her.
was thinking more of like a moral standpoint. Like, damn, is she just evil now? She's like, oh, I'm gonna go fuck, turn them all into monsters. I'm like, is she complicit in just turning people into monsters against their will?
Hmm.
Seems like a dark turn for her.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe she's just always on the monster side to begin with.
Yeah, I guess so.
Guess we'll find out next week.
We shall.
Right. Up next, we have Intergalactic Overlord becomes Intergalactic something. Reincarnated, reborn as the Intergalactic Overlord.
Sure.
Right. I'm just like, girl, I that's how little I care about this anime.
Well, we had one good part of this episode,
It's I
seeing the
don't
maids.
yeah, that I okay. That's fair. That is fair. Um and then they're trying to do the whole him falling in love with Amagi thing, which I'm just like, girl, what? What is this?
I mean, I don't mind that so much. I just feel like they're a bit too boring with it.
Right, it just felt really out of nowhere, and then he was just like, "Oh, you really okay if I was with anyone? I'm Amagi," and I'm just like, "Where is this coming from?" It wasn't
Yeah,
even
and it's
like
like
they didn't even like set that up. It just felt like a switch was flipped.
I wish we saw more of their relationship in terms of like leading to that moment.
Right, like a proper build up.
Because up until now, he's just pretty much like we maybe had feelings for from what we saw, but mostly he just treats her as like a sex doll and assistant.
Right. So yeah, that was like, I was just very whatever. Not a fan. I don't know. Like I said, the maid thing was the best part. Um, other than that, I'm like, the TVH.
Yeah, I just it's funny because it. I feel like the show has like one every episode has like one or two good parts and really good ideas, but then it
Right.
quickly hops off of it, and it's like, all right, now back to the part that you don't care about, which is like the whole space pirate war thing, and I'm like, I really don't care about the space pirate. It's like I super do not care about this subplot.
Like at all. Like I'm not interested. I'm just like, I it's like I can tell the anime is trying so hard to be funny.
Mm,
And they have funny moments. It just doesn't quite hit me all the way. It just feels mid.
it does. You remember that anime we watched by the same guy who did Konosuba, and it was like they were isekai'd in like a desert world or something. I forgot what the exact plot was, but it was very hit or miss.
Did we
And
cover it?
yeah, we covered it. It's like he had like this like lowly robot assistant. I forgot what the main guy was. God, I really wanna let me look up if I can find the name of it. Konosuba author Isekai.
Wouldn't that just pull up more isekai? I mean, sorry, wouldn't that just pull up more Konosuba? Because it's an isekai.
Or it will pull up exactly what I want, which it did, which is
Oh.
combatants will be dispatched.
Oh, wow. Sounds very familiar.
Yeah. It was kind of similar to this in that it's.
Yeah. I think I. Yeah, I know how. Yes. Even though I think I preferred this one. I still prefer that one over
Yeah, I
this.
prefer this one, but it was similar in that it had like a lot of good ideas, and some of the episodes were hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like this is a better, like that was a better example. Like it was better executed. This one, this Evil Lord one, is somehow even more hit and miss.
Yeah. So it's like, man, the whole thing with the guide, I also like. I mean, it's fine. He's kind of setting things up. We know he's gonna get out of them, so.
I mean, that's the other thing. I don't feel like there's much suspense because we know he's gonna get out of it. So it's like,
Right. So
eh,
what's the point of even making this like a huge thing?
yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's a little too generic-y with its comedy too.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hate on it. It just feels very mid. Maybe the light
Yeah.
novel and manga are better. I have a feeling the animes is kind of weirdly paced.
Mm-hmm. Um. Sorry, I know I was supposed to say something before I did a segue into the next one, but I'm that's how like I don't want to talk about it anymore. So we're just gonna move right along to the last show of the night, which is Apothecary Diaries season 2, episode 20. Um, which is my other episode of the week.
Yeah, no surprise. This was a very good episode, and it had a few twists.
Yeah,
Twists and turns.
find out that was actually Shisui all along.
Which, when we were talking about it with our patrons and members in the live watch, and I really like this twist, not because I didn't see it coming, but because, well, I didn't see it coming, but because I wasn't looking for it. It's just like
Right.
the kind of twist where it's like I didn't even know where to look, and then the twist happens. I was like, oh my god, it was right under my nose the whole time. Like if I had bothered to even think about Shisui and Lolan in the same thought process, I would have connected, 2 and 2. But it's like, all right, yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah. And I was too busy looking at everything else that it didn't
Yeah,
even cross
it's
my
like
mind.
I was processing 50,000 other things going on in the show to pay attention to what was right under our nose.
Right. So that was, excuse me, that was kind of crazy. When they go about the whole history of Suire and Shisui, who grew up with different mothers. Obviously, the mother is Senmei, who is the husband to Shisho, and she is kind of a crazy bitch.
So I'm gonna say this: why doesn't Well, I know why, but if I was Maomao, what's to stop me from just poisoning
Oh
this
yeah,
bitch?
no, I
Like
thought about it. I
she,
really thought about it. I'm like, yeah, you could literally just poison her. And
yeah, just be like, yeah, it's your immortality potion. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that wouldn't help her. She probably would still end up 1,000 times dead.
Yeah, but you're gonna die anyway because you can't produce an immortality potion, so you might as well kill this. Take her with you.
No.
I mean, all right. So your choices are produce an immortality potion, which you can't do, so you'll die, or kill her and then die because you killed her. If I'm dying either way,
um, no shade. I think a death from just not being able to produce something will be not as bad as the death I will have from killing their leader's wife. I feel like they're going to
I'll
make me
produce.
suffer.
I'll produce poison too. So you know what?
Oh, to take
Will they
yourself out?
though?
Okay, well,
Will they though? I feel like no one likes her, so I don't think they would be that angry.
Okay, but she show is like married to her, so and that's all they need.
Mm.
Yeah, no, she would absolutely suffer.
Fucking, I'm still poisoning her.
Work, you know. Honestly, I respect that. I respect the resolution of it
Mm-hmm.
all. But yeah, Suyade made me feel bad for her this episode.
Yeah, I kind of, especially now that I connect to with, what's her name, the consort Ulan.
Mm-hmm.
So it just makes me feel extra bad for her.
Yeah, she really got the like the shit end of the stick in life.
Mm-hmm.
I feel for her for sure. Um. Also, I can't believe it took Maomao now to like realize, like, hey, oh, he might be the son. Like, he may be the prince. I think she kind of like played around with it, that she might have an idea
Mm.
before and just like dismissed it. But no, I think the lines finally connected, and I don't think they're gonna become unconnected moving
Oh
forward.
yeah, especially at the end when
Mm-hmm.
Jinchi's all but called out from hiding his identity.
By Lacan, who
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, like you literally go rescue my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And also stop hiding from being a prince. Um, excuse me. But yeah, but then I love when like Mao's dad comes in to kind of like smooth over like the Lacan just like cussing out Jinchi.
Mm-hmm.
And then once he gets kind of like scolded a little bit by Mao's dad, it's not even a real scolding. He's just so nice. Just like, whoa, Lacan, calm down, buddy, or do it the right way. You know, talk to him like a prince, so he can act like a prince, essentially. So he bows and is like, "Yep, please, call the rebellion." Blah blah blah. So yep, I guess next episode, will show when, if or when Jinchi finally steps up to his role as prince in order to quell said rebellion.
Yeah, there's only like a few episodes left, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking forward to seeing how this wraps up.
Me too. I'm really looking forward to next week and their attempts to save. I'm pretty sure they're gonna start the campaign to save
Yeah,
uh
say Maomao.
Mama. Yeah.
She's like Helen of Troy. They're gonna have a fucking war over
Love that. Love that. Well, also because Homeboy's trying to take over China, like literally
Yeah,
a
that's
civil
it.
war.
But it's cooler if I say the war's over Maomao.
Yeah, that's why I believe in my heart it's for her.
Mm.
Everything else is secondary. All right, but with that, we're done with our weekly reviews, which means we are done with this week's episode. So Oni, will you please take us away?
Guys, if you enjoyed this week's episode of the White Forest Podcast, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to catch every episode as it goes up. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party on our Discord, all linked in the description down below. If you like, you can even become a channel member or patron and join us for our weekly live watches, where we're going to be watching Apothecary Diaries and Fire Force with our patrons. So if any of that sounds interesting, you know what to do. And Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Oh my god, it's June 1st. Happy Pride, bitches.
Woo! Pride! Yes, happy Pride to everyone. And on that note, this has been Silveroni, and
Review.
I'll catch y'all later. Later!
Bye.